What is up, my friends? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting, colorful video for you guys, which is a big deal because I usually go very neutral with my makeup. But we're gonna do a colorful spring summer video because I have the new Satin Kajal liners of the limited edition, yes, limited edition summer collection by Victoria Beckham Beauty. They released 3 new Satin Kajal liners and I got all 3. This is not sponsored. I did not get this in PR. I actually got this because I paid for expedited shipping. Yes, I did. And the makeup gods are on my side because I got them quite fast. Lately, I have been missing the boat when it comes to my FedEx guy and Victoria Beckham Beauty orders. So my reviews have been in late, but I think I can actually get my review out as soon as today. So today is the 9th of June. I'm just very excited. And before I get started with the details in the demo, I do want to thank a lot of you guys for using my affiliate links for Victoria Beckham Beauty. You guys know I'm very passionate about this brand. I have an entire playlist with only Victoria Beckham Beauty stuff, and it's kind of like a core brand on my channel, but also a core brand for me and my collection. I love reviewing this brand, but I am a small channel and I'm kind of competing against these bigger channels that do get PR and they get their, you know, all their stuff much earlier. And guys, Victoria Beckham Beauty, you guys are always coming through for me using my affiliates, and I just really want to thank you guys. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on. I just, you know, this was my thank you because I do recognize that without you guys, I wouldn't be able to continue on reviewing this brand. So it's an incredibly hot day. You're gonna see me sweating in this video because I do have AC, but I turned the AC off because, you know, I'm filming and that's just really annoying. So maybe let's just get into, you know, the details and then the demo and kind of what I think about these liners. So this is the limited edition summer collection. There are 3 new liners. They retail for 30 euros each. I'll put the pound and dollar prices down below like I always do. And the 3 colors that came out are electric, blueberry, cherry blossom, and sour apple. So a bright blue, a bright pink, and a bright green. If you want to have a little bit of a discount, which is what I did, you can get these in a set, and instead of paying 90 euros for the set, you can get the Satin Kajal Summer Brights Trio for 81 euros. Again, I'll put the prices down below and the affiliates of all of these products down below as well. These have a 12-month shelf life, a 1.2 grams of net weight, and they are made in Germany. They're made in Germany, guys. These Satin Kajal liners, you know, I'm very familiar with them. I have all of them, so I'm gonna be swatching all of them next to each other, which is pretty crazy. This is the first time that these are limited edition. I think it's pretty awesome that they did such a colorful collection. So there are a few different formulas when it comes to these Satin Kajals. You have the mattes, the shimmers, and the jewel liners. The jewel liners, admittedly not my favorite ones, but they do give a lot of impact. They're the sparkly ones. The mattes, you know, are the mattes, and the shimmers are more like metallics if you had to translate them into a finish. So these new liners are all gonna be matte. Now these are colorful, they're almost neon, as that's how colorful they are. Then of course, I wanna show you guys all of the Satin Kajals. Even the brightening pencil I included in this, so I kind of bundled them into the Summer Brights Trio, which you'll see on this end. I then did the mattes. I wanted to kind of bulk the colors together, like the blues together, so you can see the differences of them. I then put in the shimmers, so the metallics in my opinion, and then all the way at the end you'll see the jewels and of course the brights. Check out these colors and see if they speak to you. And now that we have the details and the swatches all done, let's just go into the demo. So I'm gonna start with the pink. So this is cherry blossom, and I'm gonna put it in my waterline. Should I zoom you guys in even a little bit more? If you wanna use these for your waterline, you can use almost all of them for your waterline except for the jewel liners. Now these are all mattes. So what you need to do is you're just gonna go into your waterline, and these are super emollient. Because they're so emollient, you're gonna take the other side, which is that weird smudging thingy, and you're just gonna drag it down. And you can drag it pretty far because these are kind of like eyeshadows, they stretch. And you can build it up. So this is how Cherry Blossom looks. Let's do Cherry Blossom on the other side as well. So if you go in with multiple layers, you can blend out longer. The key to these is to try to blend them out until they don't blend anymore. So this is what we have so far. Of course, now we can start layering. I usually use a powder shadow to layer this on top to kind of set everything down. You can use a setting powder as well, just to put on a powder, because these are like cream products, right? But if you're not done yet, so what I want to do is I want to go into Fig, which is a purple, and I'm going to show you guys what this looks like when you start layering them. So these are Fig and Cherry Blossom layered on top of each other. Beautiful. I like simple looks like this. Go in with a top liner or nothing and just keep it like this. But of course, I want to play with some of the other colors. Maybe I'll revisit Cherry Blossom, but let's first go into maybe Electric Blue. Okay, now of course we haven't used the green color yet, the Sour Apple. And let's just put this on this side, building a general shape, doing a little bit of a different eye look so you guys can see what you can do with these. Go in with just a regular blending brush. I'm using the Rephr 01. This was super easy. This took 2 seconds literally. So let's go in with Olive. Same Rephr brush, I kind of brushed it off on a napkin. Now you could leave it like this. I don't think you have to go as heavy-handed as I did on the other side. I think this looks like a fun eye. I wish I did it on both sides, honestly. Maybe I should take this off and do this on the other side. All right, semi-bare lid on this side. Let's mimic this eye, but let's do it with the blues. So let's go into Electric Blueberry. Blend that out. Electric Blueberry needs a little bit more finessing, I feel, than Sour Apple. Some pigments are just harder to work with. Purples, for example, are often very difficult to get right, and you definitely see that with Fig as well. But the nice thing about these is they're quite blendable and buildable. So this is the blue side, kind of blended out. Let's go in with Navy Noir and line the eye, trying to make a similar eye look. And there you have it, guys. This is what all the liners will look like on top of each other, and it looks so fun. I've been really enjoying just one bold color on the eyes and just a bolder lip. And you can use the liners like this. You can blend them out, smudge them out, use them as eyeshadows. That's the best way, in my opinion, how I use them. On top, I'll definitely use a powder, so a setting powder of some kind, or you can go in with a shadow, like I said. So go in, for example, with a lid luster, put in a little bit of a lid luster on top, like so. Have a beautiful, you know, blended eye look. Let's go in with maybe Mirror on this side. Now guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys love the look as much as I do. Of course, this is not going to be the most wearable look, and these liners are probably not going to be the most, you know, used liners in my collection. These are definitely party liners, in my opinion, that you use to, you know, do a nighttime look or fun look. Maybe if you want to do some type of like eloquent Halloween makeup. These are just fun to have in your collection. Now, I'm very well versed when it comes to the Satin Kajals, and I really like the mattes. The mattes are my favorite out of all of them. You know, they do have a variation in performance. I think I mentioned it in the demo that Fig, for example, although a beautiful color, it does tend to skip on me a little bit. But, you know, layering Fig with, for example, Cherry Blossom was a very nice combination. And that's kind of how I use the liners. These liners get a lot of questions and a lot of hate. I feel like some people hate these liners and some people are on board with them like I am and absolutely love them. I definitely love them, but in my opinion, when it comes to all of the Satin Kajals, you don't actually see them as eyeliners as a traditional sort of eyeliner. These are incredibly emollient. Usually I won't go for emollient liners because I have quite emollient lids, so I have quite oily eyelids. But I've definitely found a way to use these, but also extend my wear time, my shadow time, and they could stay on all day with kind of how I use them. So the best way, in my opinion, to use them is to smudge them out as much as you can. They work on me like I did right now. You put it, for example, in the waterline and you start smudging them out and just continue on smudging until it can't smudge anymore. That's how actually this stays. Afterwards, I would definitely use a powder, maybe a translucent powder if you just want to keep the pigment. Powder down the cream, because in essence, these are sort of like cream shadows. If you don't want to use translucent powder, you can always use an eyeshadow of a similar color, or just an eyeshadow like the lid lustres like I did over here, and just layer on a lid luster on top. And guys, this will stay on all day. If you find a way to use these that kind of work for you, they could really be an asset, like a staple product in your makeup. So I have all of the Satin Kajals. I sort of make it a point to keep all of them because in the end, they make me more creative. I'm not a creative person when it comes to my eyeshadow looks or anything, but having them all together always gives me a liner color that I can use for any type of look that I want to do, daytime, nighttime. The one I use the most, of course, is going to be the cocoa or the brown, the simple brown one and bronze. But having these around, it's just going to be fun for me, especially when it comes to springtime and you want to do more spring looks. Now, the one that performs, I want to say the least well, but you know, it still worked really well, was the blue one. I think that one struggled a little bit, was a little bit more patchy than, for example, the green. The green did a phenomenal job in, you know, working as an eyeshadow. This eye look was just so fast. The cherry blossom one together with the fake liner, I think, is a really beautiful combination. And guys, honestly, I would recommend these, even though knowing that the blue one skipped a little bit, so it was a little bit patchy. I actually think that these look absolutely stunning, and they're just fun to have. They're expensive, guys, so I know that they're expensive, and if you're not in the market for new liners, and if you're definitely not someone that goes for the colorful liners, I don't know if I would recommend these. I think I would maybe recommend Cherry Blossom, because I do feel like you can use this one. Is sort of the most wearable out of the three, but I definitely don't think that you have to have these if you're just a, you know, casual makeup wearer, or you like just very wearable makeup like I do. So my typical looks are going to be very brown toned to neutral toned. I don't think you need to have these. I think these are fun to have and fun to have in your collection. Before I forget, another question that I often get is sharpening them. They're incredibly soft, and I don't know if you guys saw my little, you know, short that I did for Instagram. So I did a little Instagram reel, and the blue one, because it's such a hot day, so the electric blueberry one actually came broken. So the moment I opened it, it was already broken. It's just because it's so emollient. And I wanted to, this is so silly, but I wanted to demo how I sharpen mine, because I get questions about sharpening these all the time. And a lot of you guys don't like the sharpener that you can get from Victoria Beckham Beauty. So I sharpen one with my dedicated sharpener, and I sharpen one with the Victoria Beckham Beauty sharpener. Either a regular pencil sharpener, or this one. This is a Laura Mercier one that I have had for years. This one actually gives a much longer tip, so it actually extends the color, which I like, because I like to use these as shadows. And when you get to the end, so when you get to the part where you see the tip, it's beautiful, and that's like how sharp you want the tip to be. In the end, the best thing to do is to wiggle it a little bit, so you don't break the tip anymore. So you wiggle it. For anyone that's watching this part and is like, what does she mean? So basically, these are so emollient. A lot of people sharpen them, and then the tip breaks off every single time. And people ask me, how do I keep my Satin Kajals so sharp? And that's kind of how I sharpen them. If you did get one of the Victoria Beckham Beauty sharpeners, these give a little bit more of a, you know, they can still be very sharp, but they're a bit shorter. So you see maybe in the, like, my little sharpening demo what these look like. So it's a little bit shorter, but same issue with this one. If you use this sharpener and you can't get a sharp tip, make sure that by the ends, when you see that the tip is sharp, you wiggle it around a little bit. So stop sharpening, just wiggle it so that the excess, so the stuff that you have sharpened, kind of falls off, and then slowly remove it. So in short, use these as sort of eyeshadow bases, not necessarily as liners. And if you're going to use them as liners, don't use them as straight liners, but more as smudge liners for a very smoky look. 2, if you want to sharpen them, make sure to be careful. If the Victoria Beckham Beauty Sharpener isn't working for you, go with a regular pencil sharpener. It can be plastic or it can be metal, because I've used my metal sharpeners as well. And what other questions do I have all the time? Oh yeah, an eyeshadow primer would be great as a base, but definitely make sure to powder on top. I actually love these Satin Kajals. I do think they're worth it, even though they're very expensive, and they, you know, they stay emollient for a long time. Make sure to close them properly, because you don't want your Kajals to dry out. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on and just say the same thing all over again. I'm gonna end the video here. So if you liked any of these eyeshadows that I spoke about, or you saw in the swatches that you like some of the other Satin Kajals, you can check out my other videos, and you can also use my affiliate links if you want to support my channel, but don't feel pressured to do so. You know, these are definitely not a must-have, but just a fun purchase, and I don't want you guys to feel like you're missing out on anything. There's so many Satin Kajals out there, so just pick and choose the ones that you definitely know you're going to use. Also, subscribe to my channel if you like Victoria Beckham Beauty. You're getting to know Victoria Beckham Beauty, because this is a staple brand on my channel, and in my collection I have, I think, nearly everything. Check out some of my other videos if we're maybe skin tone buddies. You can use me as your skin tone reference. Comment down below if you have any questions regarding these Satin Kajals, or if you just want to nerd out in the comment section down below, please do so. I love nerding out about makeup. You guys know I can get a little overexcited. Some of my replies are definitely very lengthy, but it's all in good fun. Makeup is makeup, and I just want to enjoy the makeup that I have and own, and I definitely think I'm going to enjoy these during the spring and summertime. I think this is everything. I'm going to sign up here, but I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!